My CryptoQ Media channel has me back, just in case you weren't paying attention. Come with me while I explore XRP. Two major developments are influencing the XRP price, and I will discuss them here. To tell you the truth, today has been absolutely wild. So, at the outset, you can detect a decline. This is where all the Tether news originated. It then started to tilt after rising slightly. Later on, this downturn happened due to Israel's attack on Iran. We are beginning to rise back up again, as shown by the growing DXY. The same two events are also visible on the Bitcoin chart. Many people think the most recent news, which will be covered soon, is not true. I love to disillusion crypto users. We will now go into greater depth on the Tether DPEG. However, I am adamant that you check the DXY because of this very reason. The DXY always tells the story. Here is the most recent update on Tethers. The DXY starts to go up. Following that, it slightly swung to one side. Because of Israel's unexpected attack on Iran, the DXY jumped. With the passing of time and the elections, I was expecting crypto to rise and DXY to fall. Unless a big battle breaks out next year, I expect the DXY to keep falling until then, since it rises with war. The DXY would rise even farther if a global war broke out at this very moment. Here is the problem with the DXY, though. Some countries have plots to devalue the US currency. The widely held belief in a major crash next year will have a substantial impact on the DXY. By that point, I anticipate XRP to have risen into the double digits. With this crash, we can hit triple digits. Israeli attack confirmed by explosions in Tehran, Iran. The only reason I wanted to show it to you was to make sure the information I was giving you was not based on guesswork. The US federal government is reportedly investigating Tether on suspicion of anti-money laundering (AML) violations, as reported in the Wall Street Journal. Potential fines and AML rule violations are highlighted in the study. As I mentioned earlier, Tether is still involved in money laundering. It is not possible to create value out of thin air and then use it to support Bitcoin. The US dollar prints fake currency even though it is issued by the US government. Is it true that you think they will sit back and watch a company like Tether keep making money? It doesn't seem that way to me. This is a familiar tale. The CEO has vehemently refuted reports that the US government is investigating the company, as reported in the Wall Street Journal. The CEO of Tether has one big problem: he won't go to the United States. Why? They are being interrogated for a reason. This makes sense to me. To further damage us, our opponent Sam Bankman-Fried is circulating false information about us. FTX is effective. Everything is good to go. Provide me with the details of what happened right after the post FTX went down. Given that Bloomberg also covered the story, I think Tether will have the same result. It is perplexing that both Bloomberg and the Wall Street Journal would have made the same error, considering that Bloomberg published the same report with the same facts and the Wall Street Journal did not retract it. Keeping the tail was their decision. The story is still available online. With Tether's recent peg loss and its ability to evade multiple financial audits by US government-affiliated entities, black swan capitalists are projecting a capital inflow into stablecoins like Ripple, USD, and RL. Ripple will soon become the de facto standard for Bitcoin investors. Keep an eye on its progress. I anticipate that they will take swift action to seek payments now that it has DPEG. They will likely accomplish it by questionable means as well. Nevertheless, a significant portion of Tether's value will eventually be converted into US dollars. Any rational investor is already pulling their money out of Bitcoin because of the impending collapse of Tether. When this occurs, the market as a whole will see a decline. Using Tether monies for laundering purposes. One of the most liquid marketplaces in the cryptocurrency business, USDT Tether has a projected daily trading volume of 20 billion as of writing. The US dollar and another fiat currency serve as pegs for USDT, making it a stable coin. The US dollar Tether, according to their most recent claim, is supporting them. Reportedly underwent an audit in 2015, but no one has ever confirmed its veracity. Dollar Tether on the Tron blockchain is a favorite among regional cyber fraud operations and money launderers due to its dependability, ease, and low transaction costs. Thus, those who desire to wander. Because money usually goes via Tether, a reality that everyone knows, it is unable to meet the requirements. Months ago, I believe Brad Garlinghouse had alerted us via Tether. The US government was going after Tether, Brad recognized at that moment. Therefore, Brad has been warning people about the present scenario for a while now. Supporters of tethering on X could try to make this mean whatever they want it to. I promise everything will be okay, Tether. Tether is doomed to fail. It can't possibly go wrong. You are aware of what happens whenever individuals say an undertaking is too big to fail, so you should have that in mind. In the end, it fails. In addition, CZ likely informed us in 2022 that the small floats around the Titanic will sink as well, but that they will rise again if they are not tied. Even now, I can't get the thought that, in the future, he might be alluding to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Tether. The silver lining is that XRP is not backed by worthless Tether dollars. Conversely, Bitcoin relies on a Tether value that is entirely fictional. Do you know how much Tether is worth right now compared to the price of Bitcoin? Bitcoin and Ethereum both have a lot of theoretical worth, therefore if Tether goes belly up, Bitcoin's value might go below 15,000. Consequently, I believe that Tether will cause Bitcoin to undergo a lengthy and painful decline. The credibility of Bitcoin will fall precipitously if they do not restore that value. By then, everyone's enthusiasm will have faded. Just like I said earlier, the astute investor class will already be holding XRP or XDC. People will prefer to invest in things that will really increase in value, like Bitcoin, which could take years to reach its present level. I believe that other cryptocurrencies will rebound quickly. Once upon a time, BlackRock was looking for derivatives collateral to offset Tether. BlackRock is in talks with major exchanges like Binance and Deribit to integrate Build into their trading platforms, aiming to threaten Tether's supremacy in the stable currency market. Collateral for cryptocurrency derivatives will be the company's own token. So, BlackRock would benefit as well. For what reason is BlackRock's new token being backed by T-bills? It would appear that BlackRock has a strategy to settle the national debt. They have finally discovered a more effective alternative to Tether. That rules out any use of Tether by the US government. The team is currently relying on BlackRock and Ripples for support. Additionally, RL, USD, and USDC will all experience substantial appreciation upon Tether's collapse. Given the US typical crisis response, it's not out of the question that BlackRock had a hand in asking for the beginning of this probe. They go to BlackRock to find solutions. Their go-to when uncertainty arises is BlackRock. Similarly, I expect that they will behave in a similar manner when faced with same circumstance. The current state of affairs between Ripple and SEC is something I would want to briefly discuss. 4 concerns have been brought up by Ripple in its C form, according to Eleanor Tourette. Among these are the following: the requirement for an explicit contract in an investment contract as per the Securities Act, the right to get a fair warning, the ability to mount a defense, and a clear understanding of the injunction and any liabilities that may arise after its sale. The court will now issue a schedule order for all briefs and consolidate all papers, including those from the district court, the main subject. Stuart Alderotti then brought up the fact that we have already listed all the arguments we want to present in our cross-appeal. Keep in mind that the case is not centered around the question of whether XRP is a security in and of itself. Cryptocurrency XRP is now moot. XRP is unique because, similar to Bitcoin, it is obviously not a security, and since the SEC isn't challenging that determination, it is binding law. Our stellar track record is taken into account by the appeals court when deciding cases based on precedent. It means a lot that you watched my video. If you're new to my channel and have just subscribed, I appreciate it. Later, I shall meet with you.